We are
now in session.
Boy, we have a special treat for everybody tonight. Before I introduce my guests, our guests, I want to take a moment to thank all of our followers. Thank you so much for your support, your comments, your like. It means so much to us. If you're new to the channel, welcome. You are part of the Now in Session family, and we really appreciate you. Got tons of content coming your way, okay? So, yeah, Charles, who do we have tonight?
Tonight, we
We
finally got a female's perspective.
Ooh.
And she goes by the name of Pavady Sang Chalan Suk.
Sang Chalung Suk.
Killed it!
That's what I'm talking about.
That was really good. That was really good.
And sometimes we have Charles. Charles' enunciation with the Lao last name is really amazing. I mean, I struggle a little bit. Probably Toby struggled a little bit, but we manage, and that's
I don't
why
struggle, bro.
You don't struggle.
Toby time.
Toby don't struggle at
Toby don't
nothing, bro.
struggle. Yeah, he's a multitasker.
I forget your struggle, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, Pavady, welcome, and thank you so much for joining on the show, man. We really appreciate you joining. How's the weather in Fresno, Pavady?
First off, thank you guys for having me. Ironically, it's hot as hell still.
It is.
It's winter. It's supposed to be Christmas, and it's 75 degrees today.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I know. But it was nice, though. Really,
It was
really
nice.
nice. Yeah, you can walk. You can do.
Yeah,
you can do
the
your
summer
little
forgot
walk.
to be cold.
Yeah.
I don't like it to be nice. You know, in my line of work, we want it to be miserable.
Miserable.
Right?
How?
Because
we want it to be hella cold,
Or
and
hella
we want
hot.
it to be hella hot. So I can't wait till it gets hella cold.
Well, right now, this is like bipolar because it's
It
like
is.
30 degrees in the morning
Yep.
and then like
Yep.
75 degrees in afternoon.
Yep.
So
And
you
30
probably,
degrees again.
So you
Yeah.
probably got to go out to do AC and furnace inspection. Charge them twice.
Nah, we get a lot of like, oh, you know what? It's still hot. You know, come back again later.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's gonna get busy when it gets cold.
Cold.
It gets super busy.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Pavady, like, where are you from, Pavady? Are you from Fresno?
Yes. I'm originally from Visalia.
Visalia.
Born and raised there.
Yeah.
And I moved here during high school, and I've been here pretty much since. Moving.
Yeah.
What
in and
made
out,
you
but it
guys
makes
move
sense.
to Fresno?
So I lived on a farm for a little bit, just like a typical Asian American household.
Yeah.
My grandparents had a grocery store and farm in Visalia. And after they sold that, we all just decided to move to Fresno and stay with my dad's side of the family. So
I thought you were gonna say that we have a better shopping mall.
Yeah.
You know,
We're in Visalia.
but that works too.
That's true. Yeah.
That's worked too.
Hey, this guy lived in Visalia for a couple years.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
he did.
On Lovers Lane
Yeah,
Lover Lane
right.
Walnut. Mhm.
Oh wow.
and Walnut.
Yeah. Go to RN almost every day.
But before you came back, I mean, we met a few years ago, probably, but you were living in San Diego. What were you doing out in San Diego?
Yes, so I was out in San Diego for about a year. I was doing marketing for a pretty big real estate brokerage there. So yeah, I was just there for a couple months, and it was
You
nice.
like San Diego better than Fresno?
I think everyone can answer that.
yeah.
But honestly,
I would trade it.
yeah, but I think just as everyone, when you kind of go far, you miss home.
Sure.
So even when I was living in LA, when I was living in San Diego, I just liked coming back home.
Yeah.
It's something about this small town vibe and energy.
So when you're doing marketing for the real estate company, how you get into that?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a perfect timing. I went over there kind of just not knowing really what I wanted to get into, but I knew it was real estate. And I was able to have a interview with one of the agents there. So that's how it started.
That must be scary, right? Because you went over there and didn't know
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
You kind of
No
dropped
one.
everything
Yep.
here and just went over there and just found a job.
Yeah.
That must be scary during that
It
time
was
to
scary.
go, right?
It was very scary, but I was so thankful because of the brokerage that I was with. It was kind of just by luck. And honestly, being on such, a big brokerage like that where it's nationwide, I was scared every single day to talk to top producing agents and things like that. But coming back home and learning the things I did, it's like way more exciting now to start here again.
Nice.
Are you still scared to talk to top producers?
No, No, I'm not.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Really, really.
I'm
good.
really not. I went to a conference today and I was super confident. I like shook
Nice.
the host's hand. He was one of the top producers there, and it was nice.
Wow.
You do have a confident demeanor about
Yeah,
you.
for
Like
sure.
you could walk in, your aura is kind of like strong, like a strong, like
Yeah.
woman, right? And you could go in, you're like, you know what? This is my space. This is my
Right.
area. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Right?
I'm gonna own it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna own it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and you do have that demeanor about you. You know, we've never met before, and just
Yeah.
seeing you and just say, okay, well, yeah, there's something about you that could get the job done. Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with our culture, honestly.
Culture, yeah. I was gonna ask about culture. Like, you, in the line of work that you do, are you one of like only Lao American women in that brokerage firm or marketing firm that you worked at?
The one in San Diego, yes.
Wow.
Just there was. I haven't really met any other Lao people. Charles, granted.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know it's exciting. Even
Yeah.
just an Asian person, you know,
sure,
I
for
just
sure.
Wow.
I just naturally gravitate towards them, and there is still some commonality to that, and it's still very exciting. You know, whatever Asian you are, I'm like, I'm gonna talk
We're
to
eating
you.
rice together.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And if you don't like it, I'm gonna feed you some rice. So
Yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna try a different rice until you like that rice. We're gonna find some commonality together.
for real.
No, before I pass it over to Charles, on the one more question about the job. Like, what is that definition of like brokerage marketing? Like, what is a typical day in that work that you do over there?
So in San Diego, it was more so working with our top agent, which was my boss. And here it's a little different because I have my license now. I'm kind of able to maneuver in different ways where I can kind of show properties and then come back to the office and do marketing, things like brochures, videos. I'm doing a lot of video content. So with this one specifically, because we are in a commercial brokerage, I like interviewing businesses, like local businesses and stuff. So it's nice to go out there, hear their story, and know that like we help them find a space.
Find a space. Oh, okay.
It's nice.
I'm not used to the real estate world, so that's why I had to ask that. You know, I didn't understand. Like, so you're interviewing people that own these commercial buildings
Yes.
to hope that they sell their product to somebody.
More so the tenants that have already are leasing the
see.
spaces.
Yes.
So, you know, if they have a taco shop that they want,
yeah.
they're aspiring to do, and they lease a space,
Yeah.
and we help them find that space, we're the one that's going to go and interview them, you know?
Right.
And although it is male dominant, I think it's nice also to see a younger lady
Yeah.
in those, you know, platforms where it's just what people would see as like boring
Yeah.
commercial. You know, if you think of commercial real estate, it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
It is.
It's just every website you go on is just boring, bland. We don't have the pretty things like residential real estate.
It's just
you know?
business.
It's business. Wow. Charles?
Well,
You had a question.
mine's a little off topic. The whole time I was thinking, like, how louse are you?
How?
Yeah, are you like the kind of eat padak and papaya salad every day, or are you the one that's like more Americanized?
I think now I'm definitely more Lao. I think just as all of us growing up, we didn't want to share that.
Yeah.
We didn't want to share that we're going to go home and eat badak at home,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or take it to school, things like that.
right.
Now the
Yeah.
thing is, and it's funny because when I come to work, I'm more, you know, predominantly with like American people.
Yeah.
They're so interested in like what I'm eating. Oh, you're eating pad thai, you're eating
Yeah.
noodles. What kind of noodles is this? And yeah, so I think now from a 1 to 10, I'm probably an 8. I won't eat certain like
Items. It's okay.
like
you know?
like the intestines
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh
you
my
know?
God.
you don't do that.
We love that.
Oh, you have to
Yeah.
leave the
You gotta leave now,
podcast.
Pavady out. Oh, no.
I just told you that we just did a whole video on intestines.
Food.
And
This
the thing-
interview is over.
The thing is that though, my siblings love that stuff. My sister Sky, she eats like the fish eye. She
Yeah,
eats
yeah.
Oh,
all of
yes.
the crab and the padak. I'm like, just give me, you know, the green beans in there. Just give me like, you know, the more normal
The
stuff.
easy stuff.
The stuff that I could take to work.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Or don't stink up the microwave.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
So like when you were working, even in San Diego and here now, do you ever take any lost food to the office and where you're like, shit, I can't warm this up because it's gonna smell weird?
So not anything like badak, but even as close to like, I don't know, like kwami and stuff. I feel like any food can smell a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And you know, people have like emphasized, I don't like the smell of fish sauce. I don't like the smell of soy sauce. So I have to be very careful. But yeah, just it all
So
depends.
you're pretty conscious about the stuff you bring into the workplace, or you're pretty
Oh, yeah.
conscious about your environment, from your background, right? Trying to bring that in
Yes.
and mixing the two culture together.
Anywhere, honestly,
right.
because it's just, you don't know, like my parents had a food truck before, right? And we're still kind of working on that. And my mom's, one of her staples obviously was tamahong.
Yeah.
Or tam.
Yeah.
Papaya salad,
you're right.
baby.
Papaya salad.
Papaya salad.
So, and we would see every person that ordered tam, we would watch the way they would eat it.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like
That's
everyone's,
creeper
because you would see,
Yeah.
even like Americans, you're like, oh, they're not going to like this. And they love it. And then some of them just throw it away. It all really just depends on the person,
Really?
So it's not just a work environment. It's not just Asians. Because I know some Asians don't even like that stuff
Yeah.
either,
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it really just depends.
As you get older, right? Do you feel like the love of your culture is coming back versus when you were younger? Because now, like, you're trying to find your identity back again, right? Do you feel like you're going back and kind of enjoying the stuff that you didn't enjoy before?
Oh yeah, I think just like all of us again, we were trying to almost hide our identity when we were younger. With my grandparents having the farm and the grocery store, who was I to say, okay, I got to go home and pick peppers? I wanted to literally hide every part of that, and that's all I want to do now. Is now I wish all we had was the farm, So definitely going back to my roots. Going back to the temple more, things like that. And it's funny that you asked that because my mom was literally asking my aunties and stuff like, who's going to carry that? Who's going to carry the tradition?
Legacy, tradition.
And it's funny because she was like, who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? It's not going to be us. As she's stirring a bucket of badak.
Now that's
I like your mom
And
already.
she's doing this and she has the epiphany and she stops. She goes, oh my God, it's going to be us. And then here, and kid you not, if anybody wants to be a guinea pig and try her badak, she has buckets right now.
Wow.
So even going backwards and finding our roots, I'm seeing my parents do that exact same thing right now, right? So now my dad's eating like more steamed vegetables, more jail. I don't even know. There's containers
Yeah.
of random jail. I can't eat because I don't know what the heck's in it.
Typical Lao household.
I was gonna say,
Typical Lao household. Every Tupperware has something.
The butter Tupperware.
yeah, I was gonna say, is it regular Tupperware or is the butter,
Yogurt. I was so mad.
ice cream
the
bucket.
other day.
You're back in
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You're back in the family
you're back in the
now.
house now.
You're back in now.
I was trying to eat yogurt the other day, right?
Yeah.
And there was intestines inside of it. I was so mad. So just
It wasn't yogurt. It
Yogurt.
was what the hell?
You went to school here, right? In Fresno? You graduated high school here in Fresno?
I did. I graduated. Well, technically, I went to Sunnyside for a year, and then I graduated at Singer.
Yeah. When you graduated high school, did you attend college, or did you know you were going to get into the real estate business? Was that something that caught your attention after high school?
So I had an interest in real estate since I was 18. Someone in high school recommended that to me, just like, as we were saying goodbye, talking about our goals. He was like, oh, real estate, it's something you can start at such a young age.
Yeah.
So I've always had that in the back of my mind, but I went to Fresno City for a year or so, and then I went to LA to do a small interior design school in Koreatown. And I came back and I got my license in 2015. So I've actually had it for a while.
Yeah.
It's just like now that I'm home and I'm honed down into staying in Fresno, that's when I just want to like pop off.
Wow.
So you got your license before I did.
You got it before
Did you?
Charles.
Yeah.
What year did you have yours?
17.
Oh my gosh.
So
See?
we were right. We bought in a real estate
We bought it
agent.
real.
to school you,
I
bro.
didn't know
Yep.
I was getting replaced today.
You're getting replaced. You know, you're definitely getting replaced. Yeah.
What was the challenge that, for someone like you, as young as you,
Yeah.
getting into that field? Was there an
Right.
obstacle that you face?
I think honestly, things really depend on someone's mindset, right? And I know there's a 20-year-old young lady in my office, and she's killing it, and at 20 years old, I knew I couldn't do that, right? So it really just takes a certain mindset, and I think at this age, this is the only time that I feel like I'm really
You're ready.
ready,
yeah.
and I feel like I needed to do all those obstacles. And so for some people it's different. Maybe they don't need that, but I definitely needed that.
Being the oldest, like you have one sister,
One sister and two brothers.
two younger brothers. You're the
Two younger
oldest.
brothers, yes.
Like that's in the Laos household, that plays a really real important role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is your motivation or your inspiration for your family? What's the motivation for you to continue doing what you do today? Like, what does that look like?
It's little things like this, right?
Yeah.
My sister, I had told her, I was like, oh, I'm doing this podcast. She's like, I know them.
You know
I'm
what?
like, you do?
What? She hi sister. Listen,
We
I
like
like
you,
you,
Sky.
already.
We
Shout
like
out to
you.
We
Sky,
like you.
yes.
Go ahead and share this
Yeah,
video with
share it,
everybody.
Sky.
All right.
Okay, shout out to Sky.
Yeah, Sky.
You're
Thank you. You're next. Yes, you're
Yeah.
next too.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
All right. So
So-
yeah.
So little things like that. She's 21, so she's just getting to her adulthood. Romeo's 18, Orlando's 25, so they all have these different parts of their lives.
Right.
And
Wait,
although go
They
ahead.
had American name, and you had an Asian name,
Loud name.
a Lao name.
Yeah, I want to disclose that. No. All of them have Lao names.
Uh-huh.
I'm the only one without a Lao name.
Wait, what?
Wait, Pavady is not allowed.
Pavady
name?
not
Pavady
a Lao
is
name?
technically Indian.
Really?
Are you half Indian?
No, my mom just got it from like a psychic.
Oh, watching the movie,
Yeah, it's the Bollywood.
the Bollywood
Yeah.
movie,
Bollywood
huh?
movies.
Like Pavarthi. It sounds similar to things
Really?
like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm actually the only
interesting.
one without a Lao name. So they have their Lao name, then they have their American names.
Oh, interesting.
Wow, that
Yeah.
is interesting.
Interesting.
Fun fact,
Wow.
guys. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Yeah.
And we don't have the same last names.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because
I
yours was
realized-
too long.
Yeah, I was gonna say they realized like
They're like, you know what? This is too long.
fill
We
this
need
out.
shorten it.
every time they gotta fill out this permission slip, they're like, "Damn, it's too long."
Trust me, it's
Yeah.
even to this day, every time I call, I'm like,
Wow.
do I gotta spell this out? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
yeah. And then you say S as in Sam, E as in elephant. You gotta
Yeah,
do the whole
you gotta
thing,
give
right?
it.
Man.
Yeah.
So yes,
Back to your motivation.
Yeah, back to your motivation.
on
so
why. Yeah.
motivation. I think little things like this, all my experiences, I like being that neutral person, and I feel like it's because I wasn't here and kind of just moving back and forth from different places. Now that I'm back, I want to focus on just my siblings.
Sure.
And the biggest motivation is just being there for them.
Yeah.
And little things like this where, although some days I don't really feel good, I'm not showing that to them.
Right. Right.
And all my experiences, I'm going to let them learn from that. And I may be a little too protective.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think I'm on their ass more than my parents
Yeah.
now, but they'll learn.
That's good. Well,
That's
you're
good.
looking
Ask
at
the oldest. Yeah.
yeah,
That's good.
you're
We're all
looking
the
at
oldest.
you're looking at us three who are the oldest in our
Really?
families. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of us are the
I
oldest.
think that has shaped all of us, right?
Yeah.
That's literally the key trait.
We actually
because
talked
we're
about
older.
that in a few of our podcasts, being the oldest in the household.
I'm
And
I'm very protective, like
Yeah.
you, of
Yeah,
my family.
protective.
Like,
I remind
quick.
them
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
I got whipped and you didn't, like, little things
Yeah.
like that, right?
You
So-
watch me get whipped.
Yeah.
So hopefully you don't make the same
Exactly.
mistake
Yeah.
than what we
Exactly.
did.
So when
You
you're
know?
getting hit, you're looking back.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. You
Brother,
see me
cry.
first?
Just cry a little bit more so dad won't hit you no more. I want to get hit.
So you're teaching them, right? If they get in trouble,
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
just cry a lot, right? And then that way you don't get hit more.
That's funny.
It's funny, and I think it really is like
That
that.
is
You're the
hilarious.
first child. Your
Yeah.
parents are more,
Yeah, they have higher expectations of you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, you have really high expectations.
Yep.
And you can see it as we get older, they're more lax on the younger,
yeah, very.
the younger kids, you know, and we're like, dude, that's not fair. We got hit with a fly swatter.
know.
You just get yelled at.
Yeah.
All right,
I even asked him, I'm like, Mom, you don't want to smack him a little bit? Like, she's like, no.
just give it a little bit more muscle, you know. What responsibility as the oldest, you know, like do you, or what responsibility did your parents kind of put on you growing up as the oldest, like with your siblings and stuff?
Everything. Even to this day, you know, my parents still have, you know, they really expect me to still be the oldest, and regardless of whether I'm living at the house or not, or you know, living in a whole different town, I still have that responsibility. And yeah, everything I do, my parents still see. So yeah.
So if the younger sibling get in trouble, you
It's
get in
me.
trouble
It's
too,
me.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
So and
Yeah, Charles.
yes.
Yeah. Then that's when you go beat their ass for getting you in
Wait,
trouble.
let me ask her this: when you guys are eating, right?
Okay.
Hey, so you know where I'm going with this.
Oh, okay. What?
When you guys are eating, right? As a family, right? At the oldest, do you get up and leave first and let your siblings put away the food and all that stuff?
No. You guys?
Oh no, he does.
He does. He does.
I can't. Even if I wanted to.
Yeah, we have to,
We
right?
have to.
Like, dude, we, so like,
We have
we
to.
have to
Wait
put
for
it
them.
away.
Yeah, but
we gotta
Charles
wait.
doesn't.
Charles doesn't. He gets up and leave. Wow,
I get all
It's
the
so
responsibility of other stuff. The little stuff you guys take care of.
Well, take it back. Take it back to you know, your job. And one of the things that we wanted to highlight, your story is amazing, right? A young, loud person in the space that and the work that you do. Is there a goal that you want to tackle on while you are back residing in Fresno? What do you see your future goals look like right now?
So, and that's a really good question, because my background is marketing and all that stuff. And because I also have goals in real estate, I'm still trying to find the perfect sweet spot for
Oh,
that.
that perfect niche.
Perfect
Yeah,
niche
yeah, yeah,
where,
yeah.
you know, not so much, you know, there's so many, I feel like the internet has a big saturation on buying courses. I
Yeah.
think you mentioned earlier, just like, what did you
Different ways of marketing, digital
different
marketing.
way of- yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Yeah.
it seems saturated.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to find something different.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
Whether it's things like a podcast or more informative videos
Yeah.
or more YouTube videos
Yeah.
or something that deals with AI, like
Yeah.
new future stuff,
For sure,
you know,
for
futuristic things. So just trying to find that.
It's great that you're thinking of that, because that is like our new wave of you know, presenting ourselves to the mass. Like social media or technology is the next big thing. You know what I mean? And you speak really well for such a young person. Right.
If I were to say my biggest goal, I want to create like a website or a business and sell it.
Just for the audience who are watching this right now, I want you guys to know that we made her famous, okay? And she's gonna come back and she's gonna bless us on one of these days when she make it big, because we love to hear about that. We love to hear about goals. Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
As you're continuing your journey through your career, and the obstacle that you face, do you have a mentor that you kind of like, or somebody that you look up to kind of try to mimic and do the thing that you wanted to do, or is this all just trial and error?
So the marketing aspect, those are just my personal goals. But as far as mentors, the people that I work with now, which is only 2 in the office, those are the people I really, really focus on, regardless of whether it's one-on-one, you know, conversations, listening to them talk to their clients in the background. I try to literally like just
Absorb their skills. Yeah.
every
Yeah,
thing he talks about, because they have so many clients. They're one of the top producing commercial, you know, brokerages here in the Central Valley. Like,
Wow, really?
they talk to different clients every day, different objectives. And it's a little different than residential, because there's just so many different small things that landlords, tenants, just like, and the language is completely different.
Yeah.
You know, it's very, very different. So my mentors are my bosses. And I think that should always be your mentor, is your boss.
for
You know, so my boss in San Diego is my mentor.
Yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
things like that.
Have you ever thought about getting into the sales side of it, or just gonna stick with marketing?
Definitely want to. And I think because, you know, it still is a community thing. Going back to it, interviewing businesses, this is our home, you know.
Yeah.
We want to see people thrive.
Yeah.
So the only reason I want to sell a commercial is because I see it in a different aspect than just sales. It's
Yeah.
like it's more of a community based
Yes.
thing, you know, actually helping people.
What about residential? Would you ever go to residential?
I would.
Okay.
Both.
Yeah,
honestly.
you could do both.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of agents just stick to one. But because I'm in this perfect little space where I'm, you know, able to do marketing for commercial real estate, I could potentially do both.
Yeah.
I mean, you already got the hard part down. This is the marketing, because getting the clients is the hardest part of real estate. And once you get the clients, then the easy part is actually doing a transaction, because you just hire a transaction coordinator and you're good.
So what you're saying is the paperwork is the easiest part later.
Yes.
The connection and engagement is the hardest part, right?
Yeah.
Building the rapport.
Well, I think it depends on your skill set.
yeah, for sure.
Right. You know, I
Totally.
mean,
Right.
it's not one or the other that's more difficult. I think you need both to be good at both, or have somebody in that space to do your weakness, right? Like if you're weak at marketing, you got to hire somebody that markets.
Yes.
If you're
Yeah.
weak at closing deals, you got to hire somebody that
somebody
can close
to
the
do it.
deals. You know, so I think it depends on her skill set. Is
Right.
it's really marketing versus she wants to go into sales? Then okay, yeah, then there's some other skill set that you have to learn.
Like for me personally, it's still very hard for me to cold call. So is it easy for you to just get on the phone
Yes.
and prospect? It is?
I cannot picture Charles doing cold calls. How do you do cold calls, Charles?
You know what? We're gonna put him on the spot right now.
No wonder he's not a commercial.
We got role play right now.
Yeah, no.
Role play, I like
Yeah.
that.
Hey,
Let's
you
go.
like role play? I know you do, Charles. We go
Yes.
role play.
Okay. So, would you want me to just call regularly?
I'll be the phone.
Yeah.
You could be the customer. I'll be the phone.
Okay.
I'm calling you, right?
Yeah, this is an old rotary phone,
old
so
rotary.
I'm making that sound.
Hello. You know, I really need some help. You know, I'm looking.
Cold call is me calling you.
Okay,
not-
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Like,
redo,
first,
redo.
let's get the right call.
Yes,
going
yeah,
on.
it's up already.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You answer.
Hello. Hello. Who's there?
Okay, there we
Who's
go.
there?
Hello, is this Lucky?
Maybe. Who? Why are you calling my number?
This is Charles. I saw you register on my website looking at houses. I just want to see how your search is going.
I did not register at all, sir. Tell me, how did I register?
Well, did you look at houses on Zillow?
I did. I sure did.
That's when you register.
Oh, I didn't know that. But what is your purpose of your call again?
I just want to see how your search is going.
Oh, no. You mean like, no, I'm not looking to buy right now. I was just putting my name in Zillow.
Got it. So you're just looking for fun then?
Yeah, I was looking for fun. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Honey, who's on the damn phone?
some guy, man, some
Was
guy
that your
that's
wife?
trying to sell me a house.
Was that your wife or your
This,
husband back there?
it's my husband. It's my
Your
husband.
husband. Also, you guys were looking for your dream home then.
We're trying to look for a dream home. It's been challenging, Charles, and you know what? We're almost retiring soon. So that was something that just was brought to our
Making this too
attention.
easy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
I'm trying to help you out right now,
all
man.
right.
You know. Yeah.
But
Okay,
yeah,
I get Charles.
I get Charles.
Charles.
I get Charles.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's good.
You got it.
Yeah,
It was all right.
That's
it was
all right. Yeah. So
Well, I mean, we had an hour because that's how long the conversation goes.
Yeah, so different spaces, right? Different there's like an umbrella and so many different areas of work in that real estate business. Like, besides work, Pavady, what you do for fun? What do you like to do for fun?
Fun.
All these guys are
You have
watching.
fun.
They gonna ask you.
Hey.
Right now.
Is she
Hey.
single?
Hey.
Is she like
All these guys are
seeing
probably
somebody?
Like,
All
she's
these
so
guys,
cute, Lucky.
We
What,
do
what, is
have.
she single?
We have a
What she
lot
like
of
to do
guys
for fun?
lurking.
Yeah. What do you like to do for fun, Pavady?
I like going out of town.
Oh,
And
do you?
Yeah. So right now, like I am dating someone. So we're going.
Ah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. You don't. Man, don't DM us now. We still like to DM us. Go for it. But yeah.
So yeah, I think the perks of being in Fresno,
Yeah.
being in a cheaper, more middle ground area
Yeah,
where
yeah.
it's right between SF and
Sure,
LA and things
sure.
like that, we get to do things like
Yeah.
go anywhere we want. So for example, it's Christmas time. I plan to go to San Diego or LA to just do cute things.
Yeah.
You know? So aside from, I guess here, I like to exercise.
Okay.
Like at the gym,
Just
or?
like everyone else.
Health is
Yes.
wealth. Health is wealth.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cook.
Cook? What? Wait, cook Lao food? Cook Lao food or cook other
You know-
types of
you
food?
I want to say Lao food.
Oh,
But that,
But it's not loud.
No.
Yeah.
but it's not intestines.
Disclosure, not loud enough for my parents to eat.
Okay, okay. I got you.
So like
Semi-loud food.
Semi-Lao food.
Stir fry, curry,
Yeah,
things like
curries.
that. My parents still won't eat my food.
Really?
well, you
Oh,
need to
very
put some
interesting.
like meat in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like
Mom and Dad, you better do some and eat her food. Try her food.
I know. I think. Well, honestly, granted, I think my younger siblings, like Sky, loves to make gelsum.
Sky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
She's
think
the
you
one
guys
I like
need to
us.
bring her on. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
and my
Gelsum.
dad will loves when she makes it.
Yeah.
Orlando, my brother, makes really good like steak and all that stuff. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
really.
Cool.
You know, all the stuff that's bad for your heart.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta eat.
Yeah. But when you're out of town, are you more of like a museum type person, or you more of like, you know, I want to go out to the beach or shopping, or you like what types of out of town, or a concert type person, right? People go out of town
Concerts? Yeah,
for
concerts. Yeah. When I lived in LA, what I did mostly, and I did this by myself, was go to museums by myself. I like watching movies, so I would watch movies by myself, go to concerts by myself. I didn't mind it.
Wow.
But
That's a strong
That's
soul
a strong
right there.
will,
Yeah.
dedication right
like,
there.
legit like rap concerts alone.
Wow.
Like Inglewood area type deal.
What?
But it was
Wow.
fun.
Were
I
you
didn't mind it.
strapped when you went?
No.
Wow, that's a
You
brave.
met
You're
people
a
along
brave
the way.
son.
I'm sure you met friends along the way too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Living in towns like that, you know, you just naturally connect with so many different people, and it was nice.
See, I like going to the movie by myself back then, but I don't know anybody
You
that's a
did not
music-
go to the movie by yourself back then.
Dude, I was a fucking lonely ass dude. Nobody wanted to go to movies with me. All you guys like make play dates and go and hang out, and I'm like, hey guys, I would like to be invited, but you guys left me out. But anyways,
But anyways,
Did you can't go to museums? For
I don't know anybody that's a museum person.
I go to museums.
I go now that I'm older.
Yeah, I go to
Wow.
museums, like
like that.
natural museums.
Yeah.
I like going
Historical
to
stuff.
Historical stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like to
Have
do.
you-
I'm the only one that's not a museum type
Why
guy.
don't you?
Nah, bro, there's a lot of stuff in LA. Has a lot of museum, bro.
Really?
Yeah, LA,
The
San
big
Diego has a
cities,
lot.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Look at San Francisco. The history of San Francisco is big.
That observatory
just
that we
Chinatown.
went. No, you didn't go to the observatory with
No.
us, huh? That's a museum.
Wow.
So during high school, that club,
Yeah.
you did not go to Chinatown with all the rest of the guys.
Chinatown's
not
not
a
a museum.
Well, no, the history. They even talk about the history of Chinatown, though.
What
Well, just-
history? Well, I mean,
no.
I know there's history in Chinatown.
Yes.
But I didn't go on no tour and talk about no history.
Oh, okay.
I went to like find a Chinese food that I'm like which I had the best roast duck. Like I'm not out there learning, you know, what's going on back in the 1800s.
So you've never been to a museum?
I think I've been through one.
Not
But-
even Fresno Art Museum. Not
Through
even.
one.
Yeah, I've been
Fresno
through
has
one.
Yeah,
Fresno
Fresno has an
Art
art
Museum.
museum. Yep.
I know.
I've
I know
never
they have
been there.
So I know there's museums.
Sorry, we literally lived like 3 miles from there when we lived together growing up.
I know.
Well, I mean, in Charles' defense, museum's not for everyone.
Yeah, it's not
right?
for
Like
everyone.
you
True,
really have to
true.
like
Oh yeah.
want to
Right,
learn
right,
and want to
right.
explore. Like if it's art, you know, it's more abstract, right?
Right.
It's more things that you know you want to go and see. Oh man,
Right.
this guy. What's his interpretation of
Right.
this? You know, it takes a different mindset.
And
to
yeah,
do
and
that.
definitely going back to our culture, you know, it's
Right.
more so Asian Americans
Yeah.
that are more modern and things like that. Like my dad would not step into one either, you know. So
Yeah, like I've been through like art galleries and different things where they
Man,
hang
I
stuff
just
up.
defended you right now. You're bringing
know.
it right back.
No, I know. But I was just trying to get back into it where you defended me and now I lost thought.
Have you been back to Laos to visit or anything?
back
Do you have
to
family
Laos
there?
or never?
Yeah, have you ever been to Laos?
Well, have you been to Laos
No.
before? No. Is there family there still?
We have family there.
Okay.
Like
Aunts and uncles?
aunts and uncles, my mom's cousins, and things like
Okay,
that.
okay.
I don't know.
Any plans to go to Laos ever?
Only if my mom goes. So the only reason why I haven't gone is because I want to go with my parents and my family, and she's just so scared of the plane. That 20-hour flight, you know?
I think they have boats that go there too, no?
Boats?
Ships?
Wow.
No? I mean, we came on a boat, no?
Charles, no,
No,
we did not
we
come
did
on
not
a
come
boat,
on a boat,
dude.
Charles.
That was just fresh off
Everybody
the
came on
boat.
a plane.
No,
Then why
we
they
came
call
on
it fresh
a
off the boat?
plane.
That was like in 1600s, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
They just made that term.
Yeah.
Did you
To-
come
to-
from a boat?
He came on a boat.
He's all, none of y'all came on.
Charles came from the carnival back in the 1980s.
Were you guys all
No.
born in America, though?
No, them two were.
We are.
I was born
That's why he
back
stays
in
on that side.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I stayed on this side. Yeah.
We want American citizens on this
Yeah,
side.
citizens
Well, I'm
on
an
this
American
side.
citizen now.
You're American citizen now. You took the test?
No, my dad passed the test for us.
Oh, nice.
I remember that. My
Yeah.
grandma was trying to get her American citizenship, and I would have to ask her, what's the first president, things like that, and they had no clue what the heck it was,
Yeah,
but it was the cutest thing.
My dad gave me credit. You know, at least I helped him study 50% of the time. So, you know, I gave him that. And your mom, you shared earlier, like she's from Savannah Gate. Yeah, but they'll tell Savannah Gate. Wow, that's pretty dope.
Do you know where Savannah Kid is at?
It's probably in the middle somewhere, near Champasak or somewhere in the middle, right,
She's gonna
Charles?
start naming shit now, huh?
See? It's a province, probably. Yeah, it's a province. Let me know if you guys know where Savannah Gate's at. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I was gonna
Charles.
say, because I was gonna ask when you guys were talking about marketing and all that stuff, like how does it in the commercial side? Is it different for guys and girls, or is it harder for girls?
Marketing?
Marketing, real estate, commercial real estate.
I think it's definitely more difficult for women. When I speak to my brokers and things like that, you know, I'm like, how many women are in this field? He's like, 1% out of, not even 1%, right?
Wow.
I've only heard him speak to maybe 2 women, and that's outside of residential agents, right? So, and you really have to have tough skin in it, you know,
Yeah.
because he's, you know, sometimes there are confrontations where the landlord, you know, multi-billionaire, multi-millionaire, it's these guys and that, you know, feel like they have a right to speak to you that way.
Yeah,
And there's
entitlement.
There's different cultures where it's normal to yell, it's you know, and be a little aggressive, and yeah, it's tough. And even for them, you know, they warn me, they're like, I don't know if you could do it because you're a woman. It's not even that you don't have the willpower, it's because they might not even respect you, you know. It's like you might not even get the business because of the other people,
Right.
so
It's kind of like that, like your seniority. Like you have experience and you have that background and people know about you. So I'm only want to do business with somebody who has that experience,
Yes,
you know? So
yes.
that could be very, which was the word I was trying to use? Like,
Intimidating.
intimidating, but there's another word I was going to use. Yeah, but that could definitely be intimidating for a young person trying to learn that.
Do you
Charles?
feel intimidated in the field?
I don't. I think the only thing that I need more right now is information, right? I want to step in that room and not only say, okay, I'm confident, but I know my shit.
Knowledge.
That way they know, like, to use me for business. You know, it's not just my skills, being personable. Like, I want to be that person that knows what she's talking
You know
about.
your shit, basically.
know
I know
your
my
shit.
shit, and you can't say anything.
Yeah,
that's
I'm a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to hire a Honda, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
deter.
Lamborghini.
That was the word, deter. You
Deter.
deter somebody
Deter.
from wanting to do their job. It's intimidating. Wow.
Does it give you more fire in your belly?
It does.
It does, huh?
When they're screaming and it's more aggressive, I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I kind of want to, you know, because honestly, residential sometimes it's like you deal with the buyer for so long.
Yeah.
There's so much emotion, and I love that. But it does take a while, you know, sometimes. And sometimes
you're
I
like a
just
little
wanna-
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I was thinking. I didn't want to say
You
nothing.
gotta have that fire, though, man.
you
know,
do.
and I think she's nailing it.
Yeah, you
Like,
do.
we
The passion.
always-
You got to have that
You
passion.
gotta have it, and
Right.
I think that's one of the things that's why we brought you on the session too, Pavady, because like a lot of women, right? We're always known. Well, I shouldn't say we always know. Even my own mom, very submissive, right, and very quiet, very
Right,
timid.
right.
When you get into this American society where there's so many different, different cultures, different things, and you bring that out, right? You
Yes.
gotta bring that out, and that's the space that you need to do it, to build that
Right.
confidence, to
Right.
build it. Oh, man, what y'all laughing at over there,
I'm
dude?
laughing because
Come
these
on.
loud women out here, they got the biggest mouth ever.
Right? I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Maybe
all these aunties out here, they all saying shit.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
I'm talking about as in a
other day.
professional setting.
The other day, my aunt's like, "Oh, Louis could let no."
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, you know what? We were playing
I-
cards. I said, "Fuck this shit." Man. I left.
No, I think in our community that's fine. What I'm talking about more in a professional setting.
Oh, okay.
Probably is only one of the loud person in her space. She has to have that fire.
Yep.
What I'm trying to say is like we need more loud women that way.
Right.
Right.
And that craziness can be constructive.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that my craziness, right? Because I know I have it.
Yeah.
Scale 1 to 10. How crazy are you?
It's in her eyes. You can
her
just see
boyfriend's
it,
probably
Charles.
thinking-
Charles, it's in her eyes. You can
I
just
know.
see it.
That's why I like don't answer. Just keep talking what you were saying.
We should ask the boyfriend. Boyfriend,
Yeah.
how crazy is she, man? We want to know. Yeah.
So yeah, it's different. It's
Yeah.
on and off switch, right? I think
Yeah.
even like when I go home or when, with my parents and my family, it's just screaming and screaming and screaming, but it's normal.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to apologize on the phone when I'm talking to him. I'm like, nothing's going on.
Who's screaming? Your mom or your dad?
Everybody,
Everybody.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
normal. It's
So
normal.
you're from the South, Laos.
everybody. Why? South?
She's from the South.
Yeah, because the people,
scream?
the Laos from Laos,
We
they
scream a lot.
yell at each other.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
yell at each other. a lot.
that's how they talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
normal, right? It's normal.
It's normal, right? So again, as you were saying, that craziness that's in all of us is just constructed differently.
Yeah, constructed
you know,
differently.
so-
Yeah.
I
So-
think it gets suppressed. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that craziness, that loud rambunctiousness that our culture has. Because growing up, our parents was like, "Hey, you know what? Don't go out there and cause trouble.
Right,
Don't
right.
go out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Don't fight back. Don't whatever." But it's okay in our household, you know. And so we grew up confused, right? Like, okay,
Yeah.
do I want to be? Do I
you
want to
like to
be?
punch
Yeah,
people?
do I want to punch this guy or do I want to not punch him? You know, like, and,
You know,
and
my
that's
mom
just what it
used to
is.
say that. Yeah, in high school, I would tell her, this girl's picking on me. Kick her in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
Wait, why
And
did
then-
you
Don't
just
whisper.
whisper? Let me
Just
turn your mic up
say
real
that one
quick.
more time. Let the audience
You
hear
know?
what you said.
So, I don't give a shit. Get expelled. Don't let her talk to you like
That's
that.
what I'm
But then
Okay.
flip the switch and be like, sit your ass down. Don't say nothing. So there's, I think like you said, it's always not so much identity crisis, but just like what do I
Confused.
do?
When do I
You
do
know?
it? Yeah. When do I bring the crazy out?
And
Right.
and that still happens to me now. I'm like, oh shit, is my mom seeing looking at me like
So would you say you're more traditional type of a woman or more modern?
I think a perfect mix of both.
In between.
Like I still, go to the temple. There's Sky and I whenever the Ajahn, it's so modern that he's
Yeah.
able to text us, hey, I have a project going on. Can you guys come help me? So I'll bring all the siblings, we'll paint the temple, things like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's still traditional in that sense, but obviously modern as, times are
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah.
So just trying to keep the culture but still
Yeah.
progress with
Yeah.
it.
Well, you mentioned that earlier, right? Being the oldest and your mom asking you those questions like, who's going to lead this family tradition,
Right.
right? And I think you nailed it right,
Right.
there. It's something that you have to do, and I think you represent some of the loud girls that are listening today. Like they have to do that, you know what I mean? And if not, we just lose our culture.
Right,
You know? And
right.
the preservation is not there. You lose your culture.
And I could definitely see it now, with my 18-year-old brother. He doesn't understand anything
Yeah.
Like,
except
Orlando? We talking about Orlando?
yeah, we're talking about
Romeo.
Orlando.
Another one.
Romeo.
Wait.
Romeo.
Okay.
You guys gotta see what he looks like, by the way. He looks
Oh,
like
man.
a Korean K-pop
Wow.
model.
Sounds cute.
Yeah.
He sounds
He's,
Romeo.
he's cute. And but he doesn't understand anything. So not only can't he speak Laos, he don't understand it, he don't look Laos either. So
Yeah. So growing up in the family, do you guys get treated different being guys and girls? Like, is it easier for girls? Or
I think you know the answer to that.
I know, but I want you to say it.
It's as simple as you were saying. It's not like it's just our culture.
Yeah.
The men sit in the front, the girls in the back. We wash dishes. So treated differently, yes. I think with just boys in general, they have more leeway to do everything and anything they want.
So
You guys- can you
so
guys agree?
wait. So
Can you
so
men agree?
so
No,
were
I
you
grew up a little
able-
bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you brought the boyfriend over? Like, were you
Wait.
able to date at a young age?
When
No.
did you tell your
Yeah.
parents that you had a boyfriend?
Yeah.
So I finally felt comfortable like senior year.
So you go to prom? Did you go to
I
prom?
went to prom.
With a boy?
So
What?
No, I'm just
Yes,
saying.
yes.
You went with a boy?
yeah, so
Okay.
yes. so so yeah, my parents and again, my parents had me when they were 20. So I feel like it maybe with them being a little younger, it was different. And I met so many Lao, women and just kids my age, and their parents were like 60,
Yeah, yeah,
And it was
yeah.
so hard to
Yeah.
like to connect with them.
Yeah.
So I think my mom, she almost like had to, because we were both growing up together.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and she understood a little more about it, right?
For sure.
She knew what prom was. She went to prom, like
Right.
she understood it. So yeah.
Man. So yeah, back to Charles' question. When you first dated, what was their reaction?
We're diving in now. We're diving in now.
And the thing is that going to talking about the whole dating thing, I think a lot of Asian people
Yeah.
wanted us to date white guys.
What?
We talked
There are
that.
some people that, yeah.
Well, I think
You know
we
what?
touched on it a little
I
bit.
think that is kind of true.
What the perception is.
The perception, right.
Perception is.
yes.
Right.
Like, and we always see it today too. Majority of Asian American women, if they were to date outside the race, majority of them pick white men. You know,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
and the white, Caucasian connotation is there. Like, they're more. I don't know if they're inferior or not, but that's what people believed, right?
Right.
And
Right.
we live in a society where everything white is the
Right.
superior,
Right.
right? I go to Laos, I'm the darkest person. They think that I'm the most hardest, poorest person in that country.
Exactly. Exactly.
But if I had touched a little bit white, I might have some deep pockets, right?
Exactly.
Let's Baham I mean, right? You got money. Let's go hang out with this guy,
Yeah.
right? And it's still that way,
Yep.
It's as
still
sad
is.
as it
Yep.
is. So yeah, if
So exactly like that. It was a status.
status,
And,
yeah.
dating, Lao men also
Yeah.
wasn't.
Well, it's not that, because a lot of the girls, right, that I've talked to, and they said they want to date outside their race. They don't want to date Lao men. You know,
Right.
Lao men are not as ambitious, right? They're not as vocal. They're not as dominant as other culture. You know what I mean? And that's why we kind of started this podcast. Like, hey, we are here too, right?
Right,
We have a voice too. We want to lead our culture, because if not, we're not going to preserve it. You know, we're not going to be in that space with everyone else, because everyone now is getting assimilated
Right.
into the American culture, and we're losing it slowly. So
Right.
Yeah.
I think that it's changing, and I think that a lot of the Lao guys out there, they're doing their thing, and we see it on our Facebook, we see it in our Instagram. Shout out to all you guys out there. It's a tough road. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but dating as a loud person, I can even say to my sister, my dad did not let her go to prom.
Really?
And she went with, she did go, but she went with another female friend. So I think even at that time, it's like, nah, you're not going to be dating. You're not going to be playing certain sports, and
Right.
a lot of parents are really, really hard on females, so
Very.
yeah, so it's good to hear that your parents kind of understood that, because there's a lot of young Lao girls that are probably watching this too, and they're saying like, dude, I share a very similar story to that,
They can relate.
They can relate to that, man, because I know my sister had a rough time. She still has a hard time forgiving my parents because of the stuff that they made her do.
Right.
And I think we live in a time now where Lao, that hopefully that second generation of Lao parents understand a little bit better,
Right.
and that's so cool to hear from you that I did go to prom. Yes,
Yeah.
I had a great time. So man, a lot about Pavady.
Right.
What is kind of bring it back to your professional work. What is one of the maybe projects or something that, and I think you kind of highlight just a little bit. Did you want to do more of like content stuff that you said that you're gonna think about doing later? What space of content were you thinking about?
So right now, what I'm really big on, and I say this with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
I'm really into coding.
Coding.
Kind of.
yeah.
What does that mean?
Computer coding.
Computer coding.
Computer coding.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you guys know what ChatGPT is, I am on that every single
Hey, me
day.
too. I use it for
Every
everything.
single
I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. Yeah.
It's an AI.
Oh my gosh.
No, yeah, Toby's on it more than
Yeah,
that.
I'm on it all
Have
the
you
time.
seen it before? It's like a chat bot that you can literally
Yeah.
ask
No
anything.
way.
Right? You can ask him
So,
to do
so when
anything.
you say you're coding on there, what do you do on there then?
Like for example, I just created a website for our company. It's still very brand new.
You created
Still-
or
still minor.
ChatGPT
Yes,
created?
so ChatGPT
Oh,
and I
man.
created a
Oh,
website.
got you.
So
And-
this whole time, Toby could have created a website for us.
No. That's not my department, brother.
okay.
That's not my department, man.
So you're coding and you did a website.
Yes, mind you, it's not all coded. It's like Squarespace. There's still a website platform that
Okay,
I use,
right.
but
Okay.
then there's eternal things where you can kind of code it and create your own widgets and things like that. Like I said earlier, I want to create my own like business or website and just have it pop off and like sell.
Oh,
So
I see.
if I can like learn how to make another better Zillow,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
Nice.
just-
That's
Now,
a big
is that
goal.
like your
I know.
like a dream of yours that
Or a
you want to
project.
accomplish, or is that just like a passion project?
It's just a goal.
A goal.
I think that's right now. That's what I'm really interested in because then that kind of just goes back into like the marketing,
Yeah.
where it's something different.
Yeah.
you know,
For sure.
Like I like the back end stuff, and I like being in front of the camera also. So I don't know, just trying to find.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
and that's cool because you're thinking outside the box a little
Right.
bit. You know, you're tapping in the same space that you were in, but you're just trying to elevate it in a different area a little
Yes,
bit. You know?
elevate it to
Yeah.
like
Wow.
the most it could be.
Just Charles, do you know about coding?
Yeah,
Coding.
of course I know Cody.
Man,
Cody.
she does it all the time. Oh my god, I can't take
Dude,
Charles seriously.
why would you even ask me about coding? You
I don't
know,
know because you never talk about it, man.
because I don't know nothing about it.
I was the one that put him onto ChatGPT,
Oh
and then
my
he
God.
uses it all
I
the
should-
time now.
Yeah.
I should not even ask
Pocket
Charles.
AI,
Yes.
OpenAI, yeah. I
Yes,
use-
things like that.
So do
Use
you
it all the
study?
time now.
Do you
Crazy.
study it like Pavady studies it every day?
What's studying?
Well, she said she
Use
does
it.
coding every day.
No, I use it. I use
Nah,
it every day.
okay.
I play around with it. I ask it some dumb questions.
Yes,
You do?
that's what I do.
And sometimes you'll be like, "Oh, I'm not. I forgot what the normal answer is. There,
Yeah.
I can't answer that." It's like, what do you mean you can't
can't
answer
answer
that? You know,
No, you
this
can't
is
say
bullshit. This is a bullshit. You know, you're supposed to answer
bro.
it. You know.
Yeah.
I have ChatGPT write up contracts for me.
Yeah, I do that
Really?
too. Yeah.
It's
re-
crazy.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
like rental, what you call it? You know, agreements. I have them write up like loan agreements and all that stuff.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
pretty-
It's crazy.
that's-
Yeah, I do that too.
Mm-hmm.
Proposal, sales proposal. I use it right. Just
Yeah.
write
Pretty
this,
dope.
and then it does it.
So you mean I could do my doctorate program?
Yep.
And that could help me out.
Yep.
So if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to put it into another website so that way it doesn't show that you're using ChatGPT.
You gotta change the words.
Words.
Yeah.
Gotta change
Because the
words a
word
little
they
bit.
use, the vocabulary they use is pretty extensive,
pretty extensive,
you know.
yeah,
and so
yeah,
they take it and they put it in this website.
Wow.
Scans through.
So coding. How do you get paid? So you make this website. They're paying you for your work that you do.
It's just one website.
Just one
So
website.
just the company.
Okay.
Right now, I do brochures and I
Yeah.
do brochures for a couple other companies on the side as well. That's how I'm getting paid, aside from my actual job.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the thing. I feel like it seems very saturated where you go on Instagram and everyone's a marketer. Everyone
Yes.
can give you,
Yeah.
you know, a CMA, things like that, a book or whatever. It's just I'm trying to do something different.
Yeah.
And I still haven't quite gotten there yet. So
That's good. Good way to think like that. Because every time I hear a realtor post something, I'm looking at them like, man, this is the 100 realtor little freaking reels I've seen all
Yes,
day, man.
yes,
Y'all
yes,
sharing the
yes.
same message,
There's
dude.
this
Yes.
realtor. He's like 5 foot tall, right?
Yeah.
Bald, handsome looking guy,
Yeah.
right? But I always
I don't block him.
I always
Oh,
block
my
him. He always
Instagram
pop up on my
page, man.
Instagram.
For real.
Yeah, I always block him.
Oh my god.
I was like the random dumbest stuff.
Or he said that,
dude.
no, or they always say this like house on escrow or on
Yeah.
sale or closed.
that's not what you want to see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to see as consumers? More information, more personable
I like
stuff?
to see the interaction between the process which the realtor is helping that client find that house and being being fair but honest to them.
Right, right.
I want to hear a clip of that conversation
Right.
because then I can know that, man, they're actually telling her the real truth. This house ain't for you. Right? I want to hear a realtor say,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't think this house is for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's what some options we have.
right.
Let's take a look at
Yes.
before we make it. And I don't want you to rush into nothing. That's the authentic stuff I
Right.
want to see, not just
Well, yeah.
my house is closed and thank to my clients.
like,
like,
yeah.
come on, bro. We know you didn't close that house. You're just putting it on the market, man.
We did
You
close
know?
those houses.
No, you don't, dude. None of realtors don't close those houses,
We weren't
man.
talking about you.
I'm talking about you, Charles.
You're offending me right now, bro. Why are you attacking me, bro?
Charles, my realtor, he actually got me this house. You know, but I'm like, man, you didn't close no house, Charles, man. Oh, that's
I had to like file paperwork, email stuff.
that is really cool to hear, Pavady. You know, like your message, man. Like, if there was a young Lao person watching this video, what would be some inspirational words you would give to a young Lao girl?
I feel like just go out and do whatever your goals and aspirations are. I think instead of allowing your culture or these, things that may deter you, to use that as your strength, right? So as I tell my sister that's 10 years younger than me, she's scared to do these things because of what her culture will think or what her parents will think. And I'm just like, use that almost to your advantage. And when you feel inferior towards society and the community, use that as your strength. As we just mentioned, this craziness that we have in us, embrace it and just construct it in a way that's going to allow us to, thrive.
Yeah, for sure. Thrive for success.
Some days it's okay to punch them in the face.
It's okay to punch them in the face.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes.
It depends if the contract's on the line or not.
Yeah, after, right? After the deal closes. So.
What are we talking about?
But I think
No, you're not
honestly,
paying
that's one of, that could be your best trait is that you're strong and you're assertive and things like that. And even with just women in general, like, speak with confidence and it's going to get you a long way.
Nice.
Now, did you have to learn how to be confident? Did you have to go through the trials and errors and get into the fire? It's like, dang, were you a quiet person back then and then you had to evolve? Or were you always loud?
I think I've always had
The craziness?
confidence in myself to an extent, and I have to thank my mom for that because she's a little crazy. And she would say all this outlandish shit whenever she wanted to.
Yeah.
She would be like, "This is what I think, and I don't care." And because she had it worse than me.
Yeah.
Her childhood was bad. Growing up here in America, coming from Laos at 4, 5, or 6. She had the traumatic childhood with other ethnic people making fun of her and things like that. And to this day, she tells us these stories every other day, just to remind us. And it is, and then I have to thank her for that. And that confidence is derives from her.
Yeah, and I think it was there. It's just more about opening it up and building that from there, right? Wow. So if
Powerful.
people wanted to reach out to you, Pavady, how can they reach out to you?
You guys can reach out to me on my number, email, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere really.
Okay.
In which you guys can add the handles if you want. Do you guys add handles to your
Yeah, we
descriptions?
do have descriptions. We have descriptions. We will definitely add Pavady on our subject line, description line, right, Charles? Am I saying it wrong or what?
No, I'm just happy.
Charles always corrects me. Like he always tries to
Dude, I'm proud of you
correct
right now.
me,
Just
man.
continue, bro.
Gosh. Yeah, we'll definitely leave Pavity's information on all of our platforms and social media, and feel free to comment, to like, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Pavady, for joining us on the session today. We really appreciate you.
Awesome.
And continue doing the amazing, incredible work that you do
you.
out there, okay?
Kapchai.
Kapchai?
Kapchai.
Kapchai.
All right.
for having me.
Peace.
All right, then. Thank you, guys.
Hey, guys.